top stories, brought to you by Fidelity Wealth Management.
With lawmakers at a standstill over a Senate trial, Democrats float the idea of more impeachment charges against the president.
After a disastrous year, Boeing wants a fresh start in 2020.
This is Reuters Now.
With Democrats and Republicans at a standoff over the impeachment trial in the Senate for the president, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said on Fox and Friends Monday that Republicans have not ruled out calling witnesses.
We haven't ruled out witnesses. We've said, let's handle this case just like we did with President Clinton. Fair is fair.
It's been a major sticking point in drafting rules for the proceedings, with Democrats, led by Senator Chuck Schumer, sticking by his request to have 4 witnesses subpoenaed for the Senate trial.
We want it fair, and fair means documents, witnesses. It's hard to imagine a trial not having documents and witnesses.
But the top Republican leader said any decision on witnesses would be made after the trial begins next year, which is not what Democrats had requested.
All I'm asking of Schumer is that we treat Trump the same way we treated Clinton. We had a procedure that was approved 100-0. Schumer voted for it, to go through the opening argument, to have a written question period, and then, based upon that, deciding what witnesses to call.
Republicans have a 53-seat majority in the Senate, where 51 votes are needed to pass a set of rules for the Trump trial. Last Thursday, McConnell and Schumer failed to reach an agreement on rules for the trial, which McConnell said would be the Senate's first order of business in the new year.
Article 1 is adopted.
After Trump was impeached on 2 charges over his pressuring Ukraine to announce an investigation of former Vice President Joe Biden.
How are you?
But House Speaker Nancy Pelosi withheld sending articles of impeachment to the Senate, which would trigger a trial, in a bid to pressure Senate Republicans. Monday, the president blasted Pelosi on Twitter, writing, "What right does crazy Nancy have to hold up this Senate trial? None. She has a bad case and would rather not have a negative decision. This witch hunt must end now with a trial in the Senate, or let her default and lose. No more time should be wasted on this impeachment scam." Democrats want to hear from Acting Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney and former National Security Advisor John Bolton and others, who were all blocked by the White House from testifying during the impeachment hearings.
Every senator has to uphold an oath.
On Sunday, Schumer continued his call for witness testimony.
Let the witnesses testify. What are you afraid of?
Also Monday, in a court filing, House Democrats suggested that more impeachment charges are possible depending on whether Democrats get to hear from former White House counsel Don McGahn. Democrats are asking the court to enforce a subpoena for McGahn's testimony.
To the radical, America-hating left.
Trump has said he did nothing wrong, and there is little chance Trump will be convicted and removed from office through a trial in the Republican-led Senate.
Support for Reuters News comes from Fidelity Wealth Management, where your advisor will partner with you to develop a flexible investment strategy that can evolve as your needs change. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC.
Boeing on Monday ousted its chief executive officer following a year of turmoil in the wake of 2 disastrous crashes of its 737 MAX jetliner. Dennis Muhlenberg faced intense criticism and calls for his firing for his handling of the crashes, which killed 346 people, and the subsequent 737 MAX grounding. He was hauled in front of Congress to explain what, if any, penalty he might pay personally for the tragedies.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Muhlenberg. You said you're accountable. What does accountability mean? Are you taking a cut in pay? Are you working for free from now on to cure this problem? These people's relatives are not coming back. They're gone.
Speculation that Muhlenberg would be pushed out had been circulating in the industry for months, especially in October when the board stripped him of his chairman title. Last week, the company announced it would suspend production of the 737 MAX after pressing regulators for months to get the jets back into the air. And Friday, the firm suffered another embarrassment when a test of its Starliner spacecraft failed to dock at the International Space Station. Monday's announcement seems to make clear that Boeing wants to start 2020 on a different foot. The company's shares, which have fallen more than 20% since March, rose more than 2% in early trading. The company said the current chairman, David Calhoun, will take over as CEO and president in January.
Those were your top stories for today, brought to you by Fidelity Wealth Management.